Good morning, friends. How are you all doing this Friday morning? House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has delayed a vote on President Biden's infrastructure bill once again, leaving millions of Americans at great risk of losing stimulus benefits. Welcome back to my channel, friends. This is your fourth stimulus check update and daily news report. In a video later today, I will be announcing the winner of this week's $100 Walmart gift card giveaway. Remember, it's not too late to enter the giveaway. All you have to do is watch until the end of this video to learn how. Thank you so much, everyone. The U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi postponed a planned vote on a $1 trillion infrastructure bill in a stinging defeat for Democrats after progressives revolted, withholding their support until an agreement could be reached to enact the full sweep of President Biden's economic vision. The decision capped a frantic day of negotiations in Washington that stretched late into the evening as the president and Democratic leaders attempted to break a stalemate between a handful of moderates who pushed for the infrastructure vote and progressives who believe it would be insufficient without a broader $3.5 trillion social spending package. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, after the House announced that there would be no vote, had told reporters, "A great deal of progress has been made this week, and we are closer to an agreement than ever. But we are not there yet, and so we will need some additional time to finish the work, starting tomorrow morning, first thing." Democrats insisted that the setback was temporary, but the delay underscored the fragile state of the negotiations, as a pair of Senate holdouts demanded the president dramatically shrink the more expensive legislation containing many of the party's top policy priorities. The House was slated to reconvene on Friday, giving Democrats at least another day to attempt to reach an agreement that would satisfy the feuding factions.
The great work of our distinguished chair of the Appropriations Committee and her cardinals, that's what they're called, cardinals, when you are chair of the Subcommittee of Appropriation, Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro. Thank you, Congressman DeLauro. Whip go. Mr. Whip, thank you for honoring us with your presence. Mr. Clyburn and I and Mr. Hoyer are all appropriators. So this is where we feel at home. It's our culture. It's where we work almost always in a bipartisan way for the good of the American people. We did get some bipartisanship today, certainly in the Senate, some here. So thank you, Congresswoman DeLauro, Congresswoman Marcy Kaptur, Congressman Sanford Bishop, Congressman Lucille Ward-Allard, Congresswoman Barbara Lee. Oh, I should be saying, Madam Chair, Mr. Chairman, Madam Chair, Chair Barbara Lee, Brenda Lawrence, thank you for weighing us. Madam Chair, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Again, Mr. Clyburn, we feel very comfortable in this meeting, but thank you, Rosa DeLauro. It was a masterful feat. And as I said on the floor, this is about honoring our preamble to the Constitution. It talks about establishing justice, ensuring domestic tranquility, providing for the common defense, the general welfare, and the blessings of liberty. And each of these subcommittees do just exactly that. And with this continuing resolution, we not only keep government open, keep checks flowing to our veterans and Social Security recipients and the rest, but it's about, again, whether it's science at the National Institutes of Health, the education of our children, the protection of our environment. It's just a remarkable thing to think of all the things that we can do working together for the people. This comes at an especially sad time for us because of the destruction of Ida, and Madam Chair DeLauro was very much in the lead, working in putting together.
Both pieces are critical to President Biden's economic vision. He spent weeks and weeks personally courting Republican senators to secure a bipartisan victory on the infrastructure bill, which would invest $1 trillion in upgrading roads, bridges, and broadband. But he has staked his presidency and his legacy on the passage of the mammoth social policy bill that would expand health care, make child care more affordable, establish paid federal leave, and combat the climate crisis, paid for by tax increases on wealthy Americans and corporations. Friends, the keyword for this video is Apple. If you would like to enter my $100 Walmart gift card giveaway, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, like this video, and comment below this keyword. In a vaguely worded letter to colleagues on Thursday night, Pelosi called it a day of progress. She also slated in the letter, discussions continue with the House, Senate, and White House to reach a bicameral framework, Senate and White House to reach a bicameral framework agreement to build back better through a reconciliation bill. All of this momentum brings us closer to shaping the reconciliation bill in a manner that will pass the House and Senate. Yet, with only 3 votes to spare and Republicans largely opposed, Pelosi was unable to untangle the competing promises made to progressives and centrists in time to vote. So in an effort to placate a small band of centrist Democrats, Pelosi promised to bring the infrastructure bill to the House floor for a vote this week. But progressives had long maintained that they would only support the bill if it passed in tandem with the far more expansive $3.5 trillion package. When it became clear that the Senate was not prepared to pass the legislation as written, progressives stood by their threat to tank the infrastructure bill, which they saw as leverage for ensuring President Biden's entire economic vision was enacted. The faith of Biden's addendum remains in limbo, and with Democrats deeply at odds, it was unclear on Thursday night how they planned to progress. The terms of the negotiations were largely driven by 2 Democratic holdouts in the Senate, who are opposed to the current size of the spending package. On Thursday, Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia said he would not support a spending package that exceeded $1.5 trillion, less than half of the size of the proposal being pushed by Biden and most of the Democratic Party. Amid the negotiations and with only hours to spare, Congress passed legislation to avert a government shutdown at midnight on Thursday, with President Biden later signing a measure that would fund the federal government through December 3rd. That measure was passed by the House and Senate with bipartisan support, though a significant number of Republicans voted against it. So friends, what are your thoughts on Nancy Pelosi's decision to delay the vote on the new bill? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. There are continued calls from some lawmakers in Washington and online petitions for Congress to approve more stimulus checks. There are continued calls from some lawmakers in Washington and online petitions for Congress to approve more stimulus checks. Some U.S. states have already approved their own stimulus checks, and new batches are set to go out in October, including to those who were ineligible for the federal payments. But many are also waiting for Congress to extend federal unemployment benefits. Please leave a comment below if you agree with me that more financial assistance should be sent out to all Americans. Thank you, friends, for joining me here this morning. I greatly appreciate every single one of you viewers. If you would like to enter my $100 Walmart gift card giveaway, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, like this video, and comment below the keyword. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a very blessed Friday.